right? So if you're showing up every day and you're providing value about interest rates or about the appraisal or about the inspection process or about whatever the case may be, or about your experiences or about your closings or about whatever, and they see that and they know that, oh, I know him. When I see his stuff, they may not need something right now, but next week they may.
Yeah.
Next 6 months they may, right? And that's your business going to continue to build.
Exactly.
Because everybody's need to move or want to move is always different. And it's probably not going to be right now. But you're going to miss out on all that opportunity.
And you're going to have that huge uneducated population out there that, just by sending them a postcard and telling them that their next door neighbor's house just sold for $500,000, well, he's sitting over here thinking my house is worth $350 tops,
right?
And then he's like, "Whoa, $500,000? That's a game changer,
right?
I might be ready to sell now." So reaching out,
right,
is
using
a big
all
thing.
the different tools. And I know, so like, with your team, with your guys' team. Tell us about, what does the postcard look like for you?
It's different all the time. We do a lot of events in the community. So sometimes it's going to feature the event. We always put our listings on our postcards. That's very huge. Our pictures are always on the postcards. That's a number one thing with any marketing you do is
have your photos.
Exactly. Your face all the time, 100%. Right. Got to have your face in there.
Facial recognition.
Exactly.
It's so funny because postcards and I think we had this door knocking. Talking about door knocking and talking about social media is very similar in the strategy itself. So postcards, having so you look at a postcard, you look at a post on Instagram. You're sending it out there to people. Right? It lands in their mailbox. They pick it up. They just opened Instagram. Right? They opened up the mail. They see the post. Boom. What is the content? Is the content good? Here's an event in my neighborhood. That's cool. Oh, here's a few listings. That's cool. Oh, here's Tim. I see that's his name. That's his picture. Cool. Facial recognition. Great. Next piece of mail. Next post. It's very fun to break it down like that. Yeah. Same thing with door knocking. Oh, I see this. Now this is for agents reaching out and prospecting. I see a door. Okay. Oh, I see this account. Right. I go knock on the door. Oh, I send them a message. They either open the door or they don't. And that message either is responded to or it's not. Isn't that funny? It's similar when you're doing it.
And it's 100% about building that relationship and being top of mind for those people.
Right.
Even if you're just doing an open house, go door knock the neighborhood.
Right.
At least 25, 50 homes, door knock them, hand them a flyer. Because so many neighborhoods, it's because their friend lives down the street and they're moving here to be close to their friends or their family or whatever. Right. And they probably know somebody,
right?
So it's
true.
Anybody coming to your open house, you're taking notes and having them sign in. You're sending them a thank you card for coming to your open house. Right. I mean, if you're selling a house, if you just sold a house, you're hitting each house 5 houses on each side. Right. Sending them cards, telling them, hey, I just sold your neighbor's house.
Right.
A lot of people like to know that stuff. 9 times out of 10, when a listing goes on the market, you have a very high chance that one of the 10 homes around it is going to go up within 60 days.
Right. Okay. All right. So, interesting question for you. I'm going to give you 5 lead gen tools and rank your first top 3, one being the one that you would hold on to the most if everything else was deleted. Then 2 and 3. So 1 most important to 3 least important. Okay.
Okay.
Postcards, door knocking, cold calling, social media, and what was the other one? Postcards, door knocking, cold calling, social media. What else do you do?
Email blast.
All right, so rank your number 1 most important to number 3 least important with email marketing, social media, door knocking, cold calling, and postcards.
I would 100% say Number one for me is social media.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Number two is going to be cold calling. And last, I would say the email marketing.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, interesting. This is an interesting one because I did the same thing with an agent down in Scottsdale, and his number one was social media. Mm-hmm. So go into a little bit more on what social media is for you and your business. Like, how many deals in 6 months do you think that you see yourself getting from social media?
Oh, dude, if I had to evaluate, I could be just a hair off on this number, but so last year I closed 37 deals.
Okay.
30 of those were from social media.
No, direct.
30 deals.
Directly.
Yeah.
Okay. And what do those look like? Is it people immediately messaging you being like, hey, Tim, we got pre-approved, will you help us find a house? Or is it conversations that you're starting in Instagram that lead to, oh yeah, we're actually looking to list our house?
Like, sometimes it's a mixture of both, you know?
Yeah, 30. Geez, that's crazy.
Yeah, and it's not always like that where they hit you up and, hey, we're pre-approved. It's people that I've been working with, you know, since my first year in real estate that have been working on fixing their credit or whatever, and they just finally got pre-approved and we got them a house.
Yeah.
But who are you connected to on social media? Family, friends,
exactly. Family. Yeah.
People that already trust you and know you.
Yes.
You know, and it's getting in front of them and staying top of mind. So they're like, I trust him. There's nobody I'm going to use but Tim. You know, like that's the mindset that I want them to have. And when they see
feel
me
uncomfortable using anybody else besides Tim.
Exactly. You know, we've already got a relationship where I've known this guy 15 years. Mm-hmm. You know, he knows me inside and out.
Right.
We're good friends. He trusts me. You know, it's just a win-win.
Yeah. So what do you say to agents who say that social media doesn't work? It's just for kids.
You're missing out.
Yeah.
100% you are missing out. Yeah. You know, I know another agent in Las Vegas that strictly 100% social media. That's the only marketing he does. He doesn't cold call. He doesn't do anything. Wow. Yeah. It's just 100% posts on YouTube and gets, you know, an astronomical amount of deals for himself and his team just based on posting YouTube videos.
YouTube is nasty. Mm-hmm. YouTube is a nasty lead gen place. Mm-hmm. However, it takes a lot of work.
It does.
YouTube does take a lot of work. Now, that being said, it's amazing what YouTube does because I have about 117 subscribers, so not a lot. Mm-hmm. But I have posted maybe 25, 30 videos, so not a lot. Yeah. And my subscribers, it doesn't matter about the subscribers. You want good subscribers. You don't want just random 12-year-olds that just followed you for whatever. Like you want good, it's just like you want good leads and you want good people to follow you for information about real estate. Mm-hmm. And so how do you do that? You post good information about real estate and you stay really consistent with that. Mm-hmm. So as you continue to grow and as you have more subscribers, you're going to get those random people who follow you, but you are going to build a really good following subscriber list of people who are interested in real estate.
Exactly.
Now, have you yourself attacked YouTube at all, or where are you at with that process?
I have a YouTube channel, and all I've really posted on it so far is I post my listing videos. That's really all I've done to the extent of YouTube, and it's on my list to tackle. Yeah, but I like to tackle things when I do it, not half-assed. I like to really put a lot of effort into everything I do. So I'm just waiting for that right opportune moment where I do start tackling YouTube. This last year for me, it's been Instagram. That's been the big one where a lot of my focus has been. And I've noticed that's where I get a lot more attention than Facebook, than TikTok is Instagram. Right. You know.
Now, but you do a lot with TikTok as well.
I do. I post pretty much in any video that I make. It's going to go on all platforms. TikTok is a lot nicer because you can do a lot more editing than you can with Instagram, and it makes it a lot more fun. There's a lot of trendy styles and things like that you can do on TikTok. So it's cool to jump on those trains, and participate.
Well, again, it's attention. There's so much attention on TikTok. I will say I pulled up your YouTube channel, and so anybody who's watching, head over to YouTube and subscribe real quick. It's at Realtor Timothy Brown. So hit him up on there. But
and that's all of my socials. They're all the same handle.
Realtor Timothy Brown.
Yeah. Okay, my website, realtortimothybrown.com.
Nice.
Instagram, Facebook, it's all the same handle.
Nice. Yeah. So go follow him on social at Realtor Timothy Brown. It's crazy to me with YouTube. I really want to get into YouTube. I really do. However, I also am all about efficiency, because everybody has a life. Everybody has, I have a 1-year-old son. I have a wife. We like to do things. I have another business that I'm running. I have real estate, which is super busy and constantly doing things. The podcast, people have things going on. And I figured out a really good system, especially with the help of the podcast, to get that short form content that provides value that you're able to keep up with every day or try to every day. And then throw in other fun things about your family or whatever. YouTube is a different animal. You've got to sit down with your phone or with your camera and sit down and make a pretty decently long video. I don't think that YouTube videos have to be 30 minutes long to be considered long form, but making a 5, 10, 15-minute long video about a subdivision or about things that people should know about escrow or about inspections, that takes a lot more time and energy and planning than your typical Instagram, TikTok. That being said, I think that's why it's so effective. It's because the people who put the time in and provide that real long form value, they're going to get the real quality leads, because that's 5, 10, 15 minutes that people just invested in watching you and listening to you. And not only that, but they're probably specifically searching out, if you make a video about, here are the 5 reasons you should move to Pronghorn in Prescott Valley. And somebody interested in living in Prescott Valley wants a nice home, and they look up nice homes in Prescott Valley, and your search comes up, and they watch that, and that's exactly what they need. You are going to be the person that they reach out to. But it takes time. It takes effort.
It does.
So what is your plan? Is that on your horizon?
Something like that, yes, is on my horizon. I have thought about that.
But for me, it always starts with, long sigh.
It is 100% something that I do want to do. So when I jumped into real estate, it was all about the short form. I need to build. I need to do deals fast, and I need to build my database. And it's kind of nice now because it's almost on autopilot, with my social media posting, the calls that I make. It's I put people in a database, and it tracks everything and tells me when I need to call him or when I need to call her. So it's I have a contact goal that I talk to every single day, and once I talk to that amount of people, I'm kind of done for the day with my calling. If I don't have any calls to make that day, then I'm cold calling. Looking for more in the system, more in the database. But I'm not trying to do huge volume. I don't want to take on. The same thing, like you were saying. I've got kids in baseball right now, kids in karate.
It's crazy.
So it's having that nice work-life balance and running your business, not letting it run you.
Absolutely. It's it definitely is true, and I think that having that short form content makes it a lot easier to make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing to generate actual business from social platforms. And I will say too that the reason I'm even at 117 subscribers is because I've just been posting YouTube shorts, because I just use the same content from Instagram and put it over on YouTube. And it's crazy. I have 117 subscribers, and I get 1,000, 11,000, I get 5,000. So the reach there has that same organic reach strategy that Instagram does. You don't have to have a lot of followers or subscribers to go viral. And then boom, now you're on the platform. Now you're going. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I think that, you know, just like anything else, that short form content, I think it is a funnel. I think it can lead to either your website, if that's your goal, or it can lead to, now go check out maybe a longer form of this on my YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. And now people are investing so much more time into you, which is what you want. You know, you want them to see you talking and see you providing value about something that they're interested in, because they're getting ready to purchase something. Mm-hmm. And if you're the person providing value, especially out of state, I find a lot of people that go hard on YouTube get a really good success with people out of state. Mm-hmm. So like if you're going to be moving to Prescott Valley or Prescott or whatever,
exactly,
and you're going to provide a video about Granville, mm-hmm. you could, and YouTube is funny because it's all about title and thumbnail, and your content can be like okay, and it can still do great because it's content that people need and they're searching for. Mm-hmm. So what do you think? Do you agree that it's the out of state?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
You see with that?
Like I was saying, the agent that I know in Vegas, he does exactly that. He just shoots videos of homes that he walks through. He does, you know, one every other day. Yeah. Goes and walks through a house, videos the whole thing.
Does he have a camera crew?
No, it's just him.
Just as himself?
Just him, yeah.
Does he have a camera, or is it just on his phone?
Yeah. Sometimes a mixture of both. Sometimes he brings his camera, sometimes it's just on his phone. Yeah. And he'll just shoot a video walkthrough. And he specializes in new builds. You know, he does a lot with new builds, but he'll just tour model homes, take a video of it, post it. And he gets so many deals from people who, oh my God, I saw this house in Vegas. I'm thinking about moving to Vegas, and they hit him up. And
is he primarily doing that on YouTube?
Mm-hmm. 100% on YouTube. Starting to get more into Instagram this year is his goal, but right now he's just crushing it on YouTube. You know, if you look up Las Vegas Realtor, he's like the number one result that comes up. He's got 100. I don't know how many, 300,000 subscribers, I want to say.
Really?
Yeah.
Let me see what's up. What's his name? Las Vegas Realtor.
Yep. Chuckits.
Las Vegas Realtor. All right. Oh. Cruel Sawa?
Yep, that's the one.
Yeah, 237. Yeah, okay, 237,000 subscribers.
He crushes it, man.
Yeah.
Just from posting YouTube.
Dang, okay. Yeah, so that's another good one. If you want to, look at somebody who's, it looks like, you're right. It's just like listing photos and then with a thumbnail. And it's just perfect because it's like, he literally just has luxury modern 6,000 square feet, 8-car garage, Las Vegas Strip and golf views, 4 bedrooms, 7 bath, McDonald Highlands. Mm-hmm. And that has 20,000 views.
Yeah.
What?
Just a video walkthrough of a house.
It's 25 minutes long.
Yeah.
So, huge opportunity. Mm-hmm. Huge opportunity. So, that's awesome. I have to kick it. I have to step it up on YouTube.
Yeah. It's when I see that, I get inspired.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, let's go. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I'm not used to this either. Yeah. That's kind of how you have to shoot that because everybody's vertical.
Right.
But it's like, know your audience, you know?
Exactly.
So, but yeah, no, it's interesting to see what people are doing on social. It just is to me, and it's interesting to see what people are doing that are successful in their business, and look at people who are not successful, especially in this market. Yeah, you know, because let's just be honest. Like we saw, I think everybody works hard. But during that COVID time of 2021, 22,
it made it seem easier than
was it a little bit easier than it actually is? I don't know. I'm not an agent.
Yeah. It gave people a false sense of reality, you know, because during COVID it was super easy if you were a listing agent. Right. Let me say that.
Right. Easy to pick up.
I could have listed a rock on the corner for sale and got 20 offers during COVID, you know? Yeah. As a buyer's agent, it did help you refine your skills because you had to get creative.
Yeah, to get creative with your offers.
Exactly. You had to get really creative with terms and how you offered, especially if you didn't have a client that you knew was going to be highest to best. You had to get really creative and think outside the box. So it helped a lot refine those skills. And as a listing agent, it made you seem like a rock star to every client because everything's selling 50,000 above asking.
Right.
And now that the market has shifted and we're not seeing 20 offers in 24 hours, you know, it's you have to really refine your skills as what you're doing with your marketing, and how creative are you being compared to everybody else out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's an interesting, with interest rates and with housing prices where they are, it's you do have to be creative. And now we can wrap up on this note here, but I'm curious about your thoughts for agents, especially in this market. Is it, and going forward in the real estate market and industry, do you think it is best, or do you think it's best known at this point?
Say that again.
Do you think you have to be the best, or do you think you need to be the best known?
That's a good question. I would say strive to be the best, but if you're the best known, you don't have to be the best.
Yeah.
Right?
So true.
You know, there's a lot of...
I totally believe in that.
There's a lot of older agents that have been around for a long time, and, you know, we're the best at one time, people would say, but a lot of their clients now work with me.
Right.
You know? And it's not because they're bad or anything. It's just I have built that relationship with these people that I've known for 20 years that, you know, when they worked with this person before, I was a nobody. And now that I'm licensed, hey, we know you, we trust you more than the previous agent. We want to work with you.
I don't think that people, and as a consumer, like, I know this, I don't work with people who have, you know, 40, 50 years of experience. I think that's great. And congratulations to you for having a career that long. But I feel like and let me just be on the record straight about this. I think that experienced agents have advantages that newer agents don't. Right. But I also am seeing a lot of advantages that newer agents have that experienced agents just don't. But the thing is that experienced agents have the option to learn social media and use it and leverage it in their business, but a lot of times they don't. Newer agents they can't just go get the experience. Right. So that's the difference. However, we see a lot of new agents. I mean, you've been doing it for 3-4 years, freaking killing it.
And that's just,
you don't have a ton of experience. I mean, as far as 40, 50 years of experience, lifetime of experience, right? But you're killing it. Why is that? Number one, you're hustling. Yeah. You know, there is something to be said about like making cold calls, going door knocking, sending out, you know, mailers and postcards, going to events, doing social media hard. Like, there is something to be said about working hard and hustling and going out and getting the business, not waiting for it to come to you. Right. But it's also about using the most effective tools at your disposal. And if you're not doing that, you're missing out on becoming the best known in your market.
100%. And it's, you know, going back to my previous career a little bit, setting up systems and processes. Right. You know, you hear that and people kind of, if you're a deer looking at headlights and you don't know what that means. Right. You know, you might have a mentor out there. My mentor swore to me up and down that I should be getting up at 5 a.m. every single day. And for the longest time, I was doing that. Yeah. You know, but then I really took a hard look at what can I do to be better? Right. You know, how can I better my schedule? Right. So I started evaluating step by step, what am I doing every single morning? If I'm not starting work until 9 a.m., what am I doing for those 4 hours? Yeah. Right. You know, and evaluating, is that important to me? Right. And is it adding value to my business? Right. Is it adding value to my life? Right. You know, so really evaluating your day and the activities that you're doing based on that, you know, and by doing that, I was able to eliminate an hour in the morning. So now I'm like sleeping until 6. Oh my God. Right? But no, just looking at that, in manufacturing, we called it eliminating the waste. Right. You know, if it's not adding value, it's not needed. Right. You know, and how do you define adding value? Does it add value to you? Is it adding value to your clients? Right. And if it's not adding value to those things or your family, then what are you doing it for? Right. You know.
No, I think that's a great way to wrap up, really. I mean, eliminate the waste, you know, in your business and in your family life. And eliminate the waste. I mean, why? Mm-hmm. And if that means waking up later, then do it. If that means waking up earlier, then do it. Because at the end of the day, you have your family time, and that's most important, and then you have your work. And I think that's eliminating the waste is a great way to put it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But thanks a lot for doing this, man. I appreciate it. Like we said, Realtor Timothy Brown. Go follow him on social media. I'm Bo, the social title rep. This is the Bo Knows Real Estate Podcast. Thanks a lot for tuning in.